Just a nice guy that apparently was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
The man who owns the house at the center of yesterday's shooting in Elmira talks about one of the victims. Police still investigating the incident. The shooter still not in police custody tonight. Good evening, I'm Renata Steele.
I'm Scott Cook. Thanks for choosing Twin Tiers Tonight HD. Well, lots of questions still remain about this incident. Police still not saying much, but the victim's landlord answered some questions, lent some insight into one of the victims and what happened behind closed doors.
WENY-TV's Tanja Rekhi was back on scene today and now joins us live. Tanja?
Renata and Scott, neighbors tell me what they're feeling after the shooting, and the victim's landlord talks to me about what kind of person his tenant is.
Things are far from being back to normal after yesterday's shooting and gas leak on West 2nd Street in Elmira. Neighbors have mixed emotions.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but for the most part, I'm not too worried just because it doesn't happen too often.
It's crazy. Nobody should have to live in fear or anything that something's going to happen to their family or themselves.
One of the victims rents an apartment at the scene of the shooting, 467 West 2nd Street.
The landlord tells me that it's a case of his tenant being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
They think he just got caught between something that he had nothing to do with. Apparently he had a couple of people visiting him that were arguing and got caught in the middle of that.
Elmira police have asked us not to release the victim's name for fear of jeopardizing the investigation. The man's landlord, Jim Gilmartin, is doing what he can to make sure the victim is getting everything he needs.
He's a wonderful guy. I mean, you couldn't ask for a more benign guy. Anything that you know, needs to be done around here, he's always willing to help.
The police also wouldn't say whether the victims are still hospitalized, and neither would the hospital. Live in the studio, Tanja Rekhi, WENY-TV News.